Now look at me, right there. Right there, there you go. 1, 2, 3. I'm Dokk Savage of Dokk Savage Photography, born and raised in Cleveland, Ohio, but I've been residing here in Huntsville, Alabama for the past 20 years. My grandfather, every Sunday after church, he would go in this little drawer and grab this Fuji camera. It was a real cool camera, and he would make us stand in front of this old realistic stereo, the old school stereo where you had to open it, look like a suitcase or what have you, and he would have us stand in front of it, and I was, watch him load the camera up. He would tell us not to touch it, and so that was like my first love for photography. Then my second love came from my Uncle James. When I was in the second grade, he came to Cleveland, Ohio to visit, and he had this big bag of lenses, cameras, and accessories, and dude, I fell in love with it because I love gadgets, so, and I said, man, I want to learn. So I sat on his lap and I watched him play with cameras and I've been in love ever since, man. My friend Javen Cornelius of Shoe Shine Media, I was helping him film a music video, and I was doing some behind the scenes shots with the camera. And he told me right there on the spot, he said, Doc, I know you're a music producer, songwriter, but photography is your thing, man. You need to take this serious. And I didn't take it serious, for a while until I met an ex-girlfriend of mine, and she was like, no, you're good at it, but you need to really, make it happen, make it into a business. So that's what I did. I apply my love for music, my love for art in every photo session. I specialize in fashion, commercial, and lifestyle, so I apply little elements of music in each session to make it unique. My major influence was the great Gordon Parks. He's still a major influence to me, man, because he was important during the Civil Rights era, and he is the first African-American photographer for Vogue magazine. So when I read his story, it just really, and he was self-taught. He didn't go to school for it. He just went to a pawn shop, bought himself a camera, and he's been shooting ever since. It starts with me talking to the client, right? I like to interview the client like you're interviewing me right now, and I'm taking notes, and I build a story from their background. If they had a happy childhood or a bad childhood, how they wear their clothes, the music they listen to, I build a story from their story. And then I find a location, or I do it right there in the studio. By looking at them, I can already tell what type of lighting I'm gonna use, the makeup artist I'm gonna hire, what stylist I'm gonna hire. If it's a male, I might use Dapper Dude or somebody else. If it's a female, I use Natasha Langford. Man, but it's all about talking to that client first, and then I build from there. My main goal now is getting revolving contracts with corporations, modeling agencies, makeup artists, stylists, and do enough work where I hire stylists, makeup artists, where they can recommend me to other people. Because if you take care of your people, they'll take care of you. In art, they say that you can't survive off art. But once I discovered that commercial photography is a $2.5 billion business, I said, I don't need the billions. Just give me a piece of it, and I can take it. So that's what's given me the audacity and the inspiration to be a full-time photographer. I pay all my bills. I struggle here and there. I might have to pass up on the Starbucks coffee, but hey, my bills are paid from behind the camera. You always need to evolve, not necessarily evolve with technology, but just evolve your mind and evolve your creativity, because once you get good with something, you don't want to be content with your photography. I'm always looking for a challenge. I'm always looking to do something different and tell a different story with a client. 9 times out of 10, the client really don't know what they want. They just want good pictures, right? I work with everybody from the local talent to celebrities, and even celebrities don't know what they want. They just want you to give them direction. They want you to communicate with them. Like if I'm shooting you, I say, hey Greg, do this and that, man. You know, the lighting is good, great here, the lighting is better there. Give me that story, give me that impact, smile, don't smile on this. I'm always giving direction, and also I have a team. My makeup artists give direction. The stylists that I hire give direction, man. So it's a team effort. I give praise to all the photographers in competition, man, because we are not in competition because we all have our own lane. But what you want to do is, the challenge is you don't want to shoot that particular client like the last photographer. You want to stand out because a client books you for you and it books the other photographer for their vision and direction. So the challenge is always standing out with my creativity. It has to be Dokk Savage, man, because like I'm a songwriter and MC as well, you know, spoken word or whatever have you, and I like to stand out. If it's not Dokk Savage, I won't even post it. You know, there's a lot of work that I don't post because I'm under contract, you know, or I just won't post it because it doesn't fit my artistic vision, but it's still my work, man. But it has to be Dokk Savage, man. It's like a chef. When, you know, you have 3 chefs that will make a souffle. It's the same ingredients, but you can tell there's a signature to it. If it don't have that, I don't even like to call it a signature, but it's Dokk Savage. You understand? So the one thing that people tell me, and they say, Doc, we can always say, we can tell your work has a story. And if I can tell that story, man, you'll never put the book down.